Back when I was dating my wife, which was my girlfriend at the time, I only knew how to cook two things well. And that was an omelet and a grilled cheese sandwich. And I used those recipes to try and impress her. Fast forwarding to today, I know how to cook a lot more things. But I find myself returning to the grilled cheese today. But I can't rely on the old techniques to impress. I've got to step up my game. Enter in my secret weapon. 3 words for you: caramelized onion jam. Now, I also have kids to please, so we're going to see if this new recipe is up to the challenge. First, I'm going to show you how to make this beauty, and then we're going to make that grilled cheese. This sweet and savory jam uses 3 main ingredients: onions, bacon, and dates. Now you're going to start off by slicing up 5 strips of bacon. Place them into a pan over medium heat and crisp them up nicely. And then simply set them aside, keeping all of that bacon fat in the pan. Then grab your knife and slice up 5 to 6 medium-sized onions. You're going to place those into a bowl and then get them into your pan over a medium to low heat. Now you'll still need to add about a tablespoon of oil or butter and then 2 pinches of salt. Now let thyme and heat work its magic and caramelize these onions. And you just have to be patient and stir it once in a while. Then grab those dates, about 8 to 10 of them, and place them in a little bit of water so they can soak for just a couple of minutes. They don't need long. And then chop them up and set them aside. These are going to do a great job to sweeten the jam. You can also use sugar here, but I think dates work really well. After 30 minutes, your onions will look nice and caramelized, so it's time to add your dates and your bacon into the dish. And then to balance out the sweetness, you're going to add a splash of apple cider vinegar. And finally, add a few fresh thyme leaves. You could also use dried here, but this really adds to the flavor. At the very end here, I just add 1/3 cup of water. This is just to add a little hydration and to help pull any flavor that might be stuck at the bottom of the pan. Then just give it its final stir, and this whole process takes about 35 minutes or so, and it yields about 10 to 12 servings roughly. Get it into a container, and there you have it: caramelized onion bacon date jam. And let me tell you, this stuff is delicious. I mean, just imagine this on some fresh naan bread. If you're enjoying this video, please hit that like button. I appreciate that. And by the way, this will last in the fridge for weeks. But now it is time to make the grilled cheese. I'm just simply using some white sourdough bread. For the cheese, I'm using Fontina cheese, which is like a very soft Italian mild cheese that melts very easily. It's absolutely delicious. I've already grated it here for you. Of course, we have our caramelized onion bacon date jam, I guess we're calling it now. And then I'm also going to add just a little bit of spinach leaves, just to add a little bit of bitterness to help balance out that sweetness. Instead of using a pan on the stove, today I'm just going to use this countertop griddle. And I'm going to set the temperature to roughly 350 degrees. And there's enough surface area on this griddle that I could make up to 4 sandwiches at a time. I'm going to start off by adding a nice scoop of that onion jam onto 1 slice of the bread. Spread it out. And then it's time to cheese it up. So I like to give the sandwich a minute on both sides to start warming up and begin that cheese melting process. That way the cheese is guaranteed to melt without having to burn the outside of your sandwich. And once you flip it, then you can spread the butter room temperature over that first side. And having the bread nice and warm should help that butter to spread easily. Then flip it over and spread the butter on the other side. Wait 2.5 to 3 minutes and then flip it again, and this time it should reveal a nice golden crust. Same thing on the other side, and if your sandwich is done, you can pull it off. If not, continue to flip it until the cheese is fully melted and you have the right amount of browning that you want. Get it onto a cutting board and let it cool for at least a minute just so you don't burn yourself. And while we're waiting here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate that, just so you don't miss any future videos. And let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite grilled cheese recipe of your own. I'd love to hear from you. And I got a lot more recipes coming your way. But in the meantime, let's get back to this grilled cheese. We still got to taste test it and give it to the kids and see what they think. Now let's give this a taste. It's crunchy, it's sweet, it's savory, it's cheesy, it's everything that you would want in a grilled cheese sandwich plus more. This is good enough for date night, but I also have kids that I have to please, so let's test it with them. All right, guys, try those sandwiches.
This is gonna be delicious.